Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to NeoFly. We are currently at Ocean Shores Municipal Airport and it is daytime. At least we've got some relatively decent weather, although we do have a considerable amount of gusting wind. I think it's around about 15 knots here, which is going to be for us today is probably going to be a pretty full-on crosswind takeoff, I would guess, probably from the left and stuff. But what we need to do is we need to get this little beast fired up. Where are we? Let's turn that off. Everything's looking good. We don't have our flaps down. Fuel is selected. We are heading out. It's going to be a VFR flight today. We're not going to fly very high at all. Probably maybe just above 1,000 feet, maybe a little bit, maybe 2,000 feet. We'll see how we go. It's only a 27 nautical mile flight. Let's get this little beast all fired up and ready to go. We'll crack that throttle right there. I am using FS realistic now, so you will notice that the wind is actually blowing the aircraft around a little bit while we're sitting on the ground here. You'll also notice some other stuff as we go, but let's fire this up.
Clear prop.
Let's not fire this up. Let's fire up our battery and our alternator. Get everything moving.
Clear prop.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
All right, beautiful. Okay, a little bit of a sip of coffee there. Let's go back to our menu. Let's go back to our flight plan, and we should be able to clear the flight plan. Delete all flight plan and waypoints. We are taking off from W04 today, which is Ocean Shores. That is our origin. Our destination today is WN65, which is actually in real life a closed airport. No flights, no matches found because it won't be in the database. Okay, that's fine. We'll fly it visually. That's fine. That is fine. We can do that. All right, let's see. Let's get ourselves a stage of flaps down before we start to taxi. We'll bring our throttle down to 1,000. Now that the aircraft's a little bit warmed up, I'm going to bring our mixture down to make sure that we don't overfeed the engine any. Go into there and announce our taxi.
Whiskey 04 traffic Piper November 4131 Charlie is taxiing to runway tree.
Runway 33 it is. Okay, lovely. I'm going to set that up on we've got to make sure that our altimeter is correct. Our course is going to be 33, which is the opposite end that we came into this airport on. Our heading is also going to be set to 33. If I can find that, it's behind the nav flag there. So we'll get that one set up. Hope you guys are really, really well. Update 11 has come out, and which is actually really, really cool. And it has helicopters and stuff. We'll probably go for a fly in a helicopter at some point. We're pretty used at the moment to this aircraft being, the weather in Washington over the last few flights has been absolutely horrific. We do have quite a lot of wind with us at the moment. You can see we've got a 15 knot, we're going to have a 17 knot crosswind as we take off from runway 33. We are ready to go. I'm going to put the pitot heat on as well, and let's move. Let's move this aircraft. Looks like a couple of, there's an Islander sitting there as well. What's that over the back of it? Is it actually an Islander over the back of it as well? It may be. It may be. We'll have a look. Yeah, it is. It is an Islander over the back there. Some sort of Coast Guard or something by the looks of it. Lovely. Looks like we've got an aircraft perhaps coming in. We're going to taxi down to runway 33. We're going to bring our yoke around and make sure that the wind doesn't get under that left wing, which could be, with this type of crosswind, could be a little bit of a problem. Looks like we might actually end up, I'm not sure, we're sitting at 19 knots now. It's gusting to 19 knots, which is it's going to be a little bit harsh. It's going to be a little bit harsh for takeoff, for our takeoff and stuff. Make sure we... watch where you're going, Simi. Let's make sure that we've got our taxi lights on there as well. I'm going to give us as much runway as we possibly can get. See how we go. She really wants to weather vane, so the aircraft is just trying to pull into the wind. It's going to be a very, very interesting and probably a rough takeoff. It's also going to be a rough landing. As soon as I get the aircraft behind the hold short line here and facing into the wind, we'll stop there. Lovely. I'm going to put the park brake on, and I'm just going to check what we're possibly looking at our destination. We're looking at a wind at the moment of 10 knots with gusts 20 knots at 090. So that is most likely probably going to land on runway 09. As I said, this airport in real life is actually shut down. Unfortunately, with NeoFly at the moment, it doesn't do that. I don't think Speed Radish is coming in to land, so we should be okay. We got Christina on board with us again, and we also have a load of cigarettes which we are delivering. So what we are going to do is we're going to take off, and we're probably going to turn to a heading of probably about 070 to track the airport that we're flying at. We'll try and keep this one visual as well. Okay, everything's looking good. How are we doing trim wise? Let's just have a quick squiz at that. Let's just neutralize that trim a little bit. There we go, lovely. Alright, perfect. Okay, we are ready to go. Just continue to do a visual. That aircraft seems to have disappeared, and we don't have anything over there. You can see it is quite bumpy. All right, our mixture is rich. Our prop is fully rich. We're going to take off. We're going to climb to just over 1,000 feet, maybe even to 2,000 feet. We'll see how we go when we go over there. We're flying visually today. Okay, runway 33 confirmed. Let's just let traffic know that we are departing east.
Whiskey 04 traffic Piper November.
Landing lights are on.
Charlie taking off runway tree departure to the east.
Just going to line up with the center line there. Just do a little bit of a check. Going to have to have we're going to have to try and keep that right wing down with these gusts that we're getting. The wind's back down to 14 to 15 knots at the moment. Let's bring the throttle up to about 1800. Looks like our oil temperature is going up. Oil pressure is okay. Yep, fuel is okay. Just going to check the magnetos. There's the left magneto, or the right magneto, that one. Got a drop in that. Let's bring it back up, let her settle. And right magneto. And we have a nice drop there. That is good. Pitot is on. Fuel pump is going on for takeoff. And we are ready to go. Gonna have to bring some yoke out. The faster we get and the closer we get to takeoff. I just want to keep that right wing down, which can be a little bit of a problem. And we're rolling. Aircraft is going to want to desperately get into there. We're going to have to really fight it running along this runway. Got 60 knots. Bring that wing up, and up we go. Alright, that was tough.
Okay, pilot?
Oh, wind is wanting to gust that. Oh, yep. She's just definitely wanting to throw the aircraft over a little bit. Let's bring our... there we go. Lovely. Let's bring our landing gear up. Bring our flaps up. Try and trim the aircraft a little bit. We're getting a lot of wind under that right wing. Just going to trim the aircraft down a little bit, and we're going to do our turn. Then we'll have a headwind, which should stabilise us a bit. It'll slow us down a bit, but it will also stabilise us quite a bit as well. So, there we go. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, climbing up through, yeah, that was rough, that wind. She was really blowing us around quite a lot. Just trimming the aircraft a bit to fly out at about 1,000 knots. Going to bring the prop down just a touch. And bring the throttle down just a touch as well. Okay, we are almost, there we go. So we're sitting at 22 knots now. I mean, we haven't had the best weather, have we? Like, we haven't been lucky enough to have very good weather at all. So that's been a little bit of a problem. Let's bring the heading bug around. We're okay now. Slight headwind coming from the right front. I'm going to bring that around. Whack our heading bug on. Maintain that heading. Everything's looking good there, and trim the aircraft down a little. And we'll hold about this altitude here, I think. Let's bring that prop down to about 2,500 for this with a little bit of a headwind. Bring our revs down as well. We're sitting at about 100 knots. Yeah, she's definitely getting definitely get a bit tough with all of this hefty weather that we're suffering. Make sure that she's set to heading. Heading is on, rollers off, heading is set there. For some reason she's not holding the heading that we want. Maybe it's compensating a little bit. It's definitely not holding our heading. Come on. There we go. And she's definitely not holding our altitude either. We've got a little bit of a problem with our heading bug by the looks of it. There we go. The autopilot wanted to turn itself off a bit there. Make sure that our flaps are up, which they are. We're stabilising around on our heading now. It's absolutely beautiful out there, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Alright. Should all be pretty good now. We don't obviously have a destination, but our airport is kind of... it's off the end of all of this tributary here, so we're going on runway 09, which is about this direction here. But we might bring our set our heading up for that as well while we're at it. Just bring our course around to 0. Yeah, about there. Should be okay. All right, lovely, lovely. It's nice to be out here without all of the hefty rain and the cloud. At least we can see a little bit of ground and stuff. But she's still a bit, I don't know. She's still a bit nasty out there because of the type of wind that we're suffering at the moment. But hopefully we'll be okay. Hopefully we will be okay. Yeah. So update 11 has been released, which is pretty cool. Sport out helicopters and stuff. We'll probably go for flying a helicopter. But I also thought that we might, because with update 11 comes the Beaver, and I like flying the Beaver, I thought that we might be able to go into maybe do a couple of weekend flights outside of NeoFly, just in the Beaver, in the float plane. Go and land ourselves on some, go and land ourselves on a few lakes and rivers and stuff, and just sort of have a nice little, nice couple of weekend flights away. Just something that we might do in our spare time outside of flying NeoFly. I was also considering, or was seriously considering, starting a round-the-world flight in a light aircraft. Wanted to know what you guys thought of that. Let me know what you think of that. We could do a, we could definitely do a round-the-world flight. Oh, sorry, I need to be in my heading mode to adjust my heading bug there. We could definitely do an around-the-world flight. You know, very, very slowly over a period of a year or something, and just throw some flights in every now and again. You know, just throw some stuff in every now and again. Do a leg, and figure out where we want to take off from, and what route and what direction we want to go. And that would probably be based on what you guys would like to see. So, you know, if you guys think that you would like to see me fly to a specific location on our route, let me know, and we can work it out that way. So kind of almost a community flight, but I'll be doing the flying. You guys will be doing the suggestions in comments, and probably on stream we can probably bring in bring some of you guys in to fly legs with me as well, which would be really, really cool. I'd really, really enjoy that, I think. Okay, I'm just descending just a little bit. I'm going to get myself down to 2,000 feet. And I'm probably going to maintain maybe about 1,800, 1,700 feet. We'll probably be turning around about in that valley. But we've got plenty of room and plenty of space in there anyway, so just after that valley there, and our airport's just down over in that direction over there, so everything's looking alright. Everything is in the green. I'm going to bring my throttle down just a little bit there as well. And we're going to trim ourselves out soon. We may even get down to 1,500 feet, 1,600. Probably about 1,500 feet will give us the clearance that we need in the direction that we're going. So I'm just going to trim out and level out there. There we go, lovely. Okay, so we're still sitting at about a 16 knot crosswind. I was hoping that the weather reports were correct and we were going to have 090 winds, which would bring us in with basically with a headwind. We're going to be pretty close, I think. We're going to be pretty close judging by what we've got down on our GPS there, so. All right, lovely. There's no point in doing our mixture or anything at the moment because we are only sitting at 1,500 feet. I would normally probably do that around 4,000 or 5,000 feet, start making adjustments to mixture. I'm going to start bringing our heading around now. I'm going to fly across Montesano, or just to the left of Montesano, heading into the airport and the airfield. So So we should see Montesano at some point on our left. I don't know whether that's it over there or not. It may be. It's kind of right at the end of the major part of the tributary there. Nice, nice land out here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so we're starting to move into a headwind now, which is good. It means that we're going to be pretty spot on with our landing. We're going to have to do a visual when we get there. Perfect. I've got a massive thunderstorm happening at my house at the moment. Another one. It's about the third in 3 days. Third in 3 or 4 days. It's quite nice, but there's some pretty hefty thunder and stuff going on out there. Okay, I'm going to bring our throttle down a little bit. I'm going to try and get the aircraft set up pretty early today. So I'm going to bring our throttle right down, try and bleed a little bit of that speed. So we can get a stage of flaps in relatively early, which is about now. Let the aircraft start to slowly descend. I reckon our runway is out there somewhere. Bring some speed in. Keep your eye on the speed, Simi. Whatever you do, keep your eye on the speed. And we'll try and maintain a descent at least to 1,000 feet. Our airport is about 80 knots, 80 feet above sea level, so try and, there we go. No, don't do that, just continue to descend. Getting a lot of wind shear. And keep that happening a bit there. Try and keep the aircraft trimmed a little. Don't know what this runway is going to look like, seeing as how it is closed, whether it's going to be overgrown or... Still can't see it out there though. But we should be okay. We should be getting into that. If we go out on that, it's not even showing on our GPS at the moment. So you know, once we drop over the Olympic Highway, then we will be around about where we need to be. And take the autopilot off the aircraft now. Because we certainly aren't far out. I'm also going to bring our landing gear down, and we're going to confirm that we have 3 green. Bring another stage of flap down as well. There we go. You can hear the drag on the flaps. Quite a lot of drag on the flaps there. Alright, lovely. Trim the aircraft up a little. Should be heading straight into the airport. We might have to do a little bit of a quick turn Just a little bit of a quick turn. Going to bring the speed up a little bit. Try and keep a little bit of throttle there. We are flying pretty well directly into the wind, into a 10 knot wind, so we should be okay. I reckon that's the airport straight off of our nose there, or just slightly to the right of the nose. I'm going to try and have a sip of coffee while I'm coming down today. Now have to put a little bit more oomph into that engine there. Dropping our speed a little bit more than what I would like, so. Give her a bit of a trim down. There we go. Yeah, that'll be the airport right there. Let's start dropping some altitude now. Bring our throttle down a little. May end up having to do a fly around. Not overly sure what we're looking at. I reckon that's it right there in front of us. I reckon we're heading straight towards the runway, so I'm going to maintain this. First time I've flown in here, so let's keep him moving. We may need to do a go around. If we do need to do a go around, we're going to gear up, flaps up one stage, and start heading power up as well, and start get ourselves into a climb. We're going to check the airfield out as we do that. I cannot find this airport in here at all. So what I am going to do, guys, is it might be a fake airport. So I'm just going to fly around in this direction. I'm going to come around, and then I'm going to pop down at about 160, and we'll land down on that field there. Okay, a little bit more power. Give the aircraft more power, just to keep us in the air. We're at about 160 there, so it's going to be a field landing. It's going to be a field landing for us. Need to be really, really careful with the wind that we've got and the and our current altitude. But I reckon the airport's probably actually been torn apart as well, and doesn't actually exist. So I'm just going to go out here. And the thing with NeoFly is if there is let's put some more power in. If there is airports that are missing, you can land in the vicinity of where that airport should be, and get yourself still get yourself an achievement, like as in, you know, you've successfully landed. So okay, there we go. We're going to land on this field. Just going to do a bit of a cross check there. Landing with a little bit of a crosswind. I'm going to bring full flaps down now as well. Can't see the airport at all here, and this is exactly where she's supposed to be. So we're just going to come in here and land in here. We're at about 80 knots. Once I bring the nose of the aircraft up a little, we should be okay. Should be okay for landing. We should be able to bleed our speed quite a lot and drop our throttle completely.
That's pretty close to the center line, pilot. Nice job. Taxi to parking, please.
All right, lovely.
Parking and shut down your engine.
Bring our flaps up. It's a tough field to land in, but we did it. We did it all right. So, okay, lovely. We should have one stage of flaps. What's our wind doing? Coming from the right-hand side. Let's keep that. Let's keep that nose down. And I'm guessing we're stopping over near this building over here. Keep that right wing down. Pretty close to the center line. Well, there you go. That's interesting, isn't it? That's very, very interesting. Let's just pull up over here. We'll park the aircraft into the wind. There we go. Lovely. All right. So an airport that doesn't exist. How do you fly into an airport that doesn't exist? Well, you do exactly what we did then. Landing lights off, navigation lights and strobe lights off, parking brake is on. Left the fuel pump on the whole trip, should not have done that. Let's cut the engine.
Transport from dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the cargo.
Bring the prop down.
I'll call you when it's done.
Beautiful. Engine and prop is not rotating. We can turn our beacons off now. Make sure that everything else is off. We can bring our magnetos down to off as well, and bring off our alternator and our master. Perfect. There you go. What a lovely flight. Let's put some chocks out and some tie downs out, because I am a little bit concerned about this. All right, beautiful. Just a little bit concerned.
Transporter from dispatch. The cargo was picked up by the customer. Your mission is completed.
And we have successfully completed that mission, which is good.
You are clear to start your engine.
Perfect. So I don't know what our next flight is going to be. Probably, well, there's one up here for Rocky Bay Airport, which would be quite a nice flight, although it's saying that it's 36. Ah, there we go, that way. That's a little bit better. All right, beautiful. I hope you guys have liked this one. Let me know what you think about doing an around the world flight. Let me also know what you think about the possibility of doing some helicopter flying as well. But from Christina and I, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next flight. Bye.